Alright, so a couple weeks ago, I ran a poll asking you guys if it's ever okay to fold kings pre-flop. This poll ended up getting over 6,000 votes, and about 1/3 of you guys said that you should never fold kings pre-flop. 39% of people said that you should fold in certain situations, 14% said only against specific players, and 13% said you should only fold in specific tournament spots. According to ChatGPT, folding kings pre-flop is extremely rare and is generally not considered a standard play in poker. However, there are very specific and unusual circumstances where folding kings pre-flop might be considered. Satellite tournaments. In satellite tournaments where the goal is to win a seat in a bigger event rather than to accumulate chips, it can sometimes be correct to fold even very strong hands like kings. If you're close to winning a seat and another player is all in with more chips than you, folding kings can ensure your seat without risking your tournament life. Specific reads. If you have a very strong read on an opponent that they only shove with aces, you might consider folding kings. This situation is highly dependent on your knowledge of the opponent and the game dynamics. Extremely tight cash game dynamics. In a very tight cash game, if multiple players show extreme strength and you have a solid read that at least one of them must have aces, folding kings might be correct. Again, this is highly situational and not a common occurrence. ICM considerations in tournaments. In some tournament situations, particularly near the bubble or final table, the independent chip model considerations might make folding kings correct. If busting out would be disastrous compared to folding and maintaining your stack, and you believe your opponent has aces, folding could be correct. In summary, while folding kings pre-flop is almost always incorrect, in most standard situations, there are a few rare scenarios where it might be the optimal play. These involve deep knowledge of tournament dynamics, specific opponent reads, or unusual game situations. For most players and in most games though, folding kings pre-flop is not recommended. So even though it's pretty rare, there is situations where you're going to want to fold kings pre-flop if you're a bitch.